Welcome to Elevate Springfield, where we will dive into strategies and stories that help you rise to your full potential. Each episode, we'll talk about how you can take intentional steps to elevate your life and your business while making a meaningful impact on those around you. Along the way, we're going to bring in the change makers from our community that are already elevating. We'll bring the actionable strategies, you bring the discipline and follow through, and together we can elevate Springfield.
All right, let's go, Springfield. Time to 10x your day, y'all. Time to level up. Time to crush it. Hey, you are listening to the Elevate Springfield podcast. Robert Farrell here, certified 10x coach, speaker, and mentor, here to bring you actionable strategies. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together we're going to elevate Springfield. Well, you are listening to another segment of Communities Grow Together on the Elevate Springfield podcast. As you know, we drop these segments each week. The Communities Grow Together segment will touch on all things nonprofit associations and how we as a community are working together so we can all grow together. This segment is brought to you by David Hilst, American Family Insurance Agency over on West Wabash. Whatever you need insurance-wise, whether that's business, life, home, auto, or anything in between, hey, David and his team can take care of you. Give them a shout, or hey, stop by and visit them over on West Wabash. These segments are quick hits of actionable strategies and what's going on in our area to help you level up and grow together. Be right back after the break. Looking for personalized insurance with hometown care? David Hilst, American Family Insurance Agent, is here to help you protect what matters most: your family, your home, and your dreams. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, David and his team are proud to serve the Springfield community with trusted advice and reliable coverage. Local service, real relationships, peace of mind. Call today or stop by their office. They can build your dream protection plan together. Call 217-726-6343. All right, and we are back for another edition of Communities Grow Together, brought to you by David Hilst, American Family Insurance Agency. Hey, anything you need insurance-wise, David and his team are going to take care of you. Give him a shout or stop by their office over on West Wabash. Hey, two familiar faces in the studio with me. Both have been on the podcast before. You know them. You love them. We've got Dave Kimsey. We've got Nick Koch. Dave from a couple of different places. Nick from Troxel will remind everybody what you guys do, but appreciate you coming down.
Hey, thanks for having us, Robert.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Always happy to join.
Absolutely. So main topic today, we're going to talk about the Chatham Jaycees Sweet Corn Festival. But before we do that, remind everybody what you guys do outside of that.
Beyond the volunteering, we have to have jobs in real life.
Right.
So I am the Chief Financial Officer for Johnson Development Company, which is a locally owned hotel management and ownership group. And then in my free time, I'm the mayor in the village of Chatham.
There you go. And remind everybody what those hotels are here locally. Which ones are they?
Absolutely. We are the Hampton Inn and Suites and the Staybridge Suites on the southwest side behind Meyer. Beautiful hotels.
There you go.
Good looking ownership group.
That always helps, right? And Nick?
Yep. Thanks for having me back on. I'm with Troxel. Anything insurance, home, auto, commercial, cyber, you name it, we can help with your life, benefits, health insurance, everything.
Well, the Sweet Corn Festival is always a big event in Chatham, but as the name states, it is the Chatham Jaycees Sweet Corn Festival. So if anybody out there just doesn't know what the Jaycees does or what they're around for, what do they do?
So Jaycees traditional is the Junior Chamber of Commerce. The whole group is set up with the notion that these are the young and aspiring and up-and-coming business leaders and chamber members of the future. So in that tenet, the overall national charter kind of focuses on growth and development, learning how to become a business person, in that kind of that interim section where you're coming out of college or just getting your career started, and how to start networking, how to continue your own personal development, and start to learn how to give back to your community as you're growing in your life and making that part of everything that you do. Chatham Jaycees are a little bit of a different animal than what's traditionally seen through most JC chapters.
Sure.
And a lot of that kind of springs on just the fact of where we are and what our demographic is, where our club is located. So
Mhm.
a lot of our membership has traditionally been kind of past that point in their career. And so we focus a lot more on the service side. One of the lines in the JC Creed says that service to humanity is the best work of life. And that's about what we focus our entire club on is that giving back, the charitable at work, making your town better and doing that service to humanity component of what the JC stands for.
Absolutely. So outside of the big event that's coming up, what are some other things you guys do throughout the year?
Yeah, we're honestly pretty well all seasons. We've got something going. Usually we'll have January, February, we'll do a euchre tournament. And then we'll obviously have the JC Sweet Corn. Usually in late September, we'll have an Oktoberfest. And then that's kind of, I guess, coming up here this coming weekend, we'll have Freedom Fest out at South Park in Chatham there. We'll have live music, bands, we'll have some food out there as well. And then, of course, the fireworks. And I always like to think of it a warm up for the sweet corn. Well, because sweet corn's at the same park, and being born and raised and living in Chatham my whole life, it's kind of the kickoff of the sweet corn because you're at the park and everything's set up. And
So is that fully done by the JCs, or is that a collaborative amongst other groups?
A little bit of a collaboration. I mean, the fireworks or the village's fireworks display. About a decade ago, the JC started to get eyes. How do we add to this?
Sure.
What more can we do and make this more of a community event? Nick will be the only person that gets away and actually probably has the guts to reference an official America's 250th birthday celebration block party event as being a warm up to some other festival.
Right.
But it
Just the precursor. It's just the prelude to it.
we have tied Freedom Fest this year into the greater national 250th
Yeah.
birthday of the United States, and it is recognized as an official block party location for the 250th birthday, and so it's kind of a big deal, and that's tie into something bigger, and then put our own spin on what we're doing.
Heck yeah, I love it.
And I think that's something about the JCs has always been is it really comes down to just the community and how, like you said, okay, we're doing the fireworks, but how can we make it better? That's just the JCs, and how can we make our community better? Whether it's improving our kids' lives in our community, whether it's helping when tragedies strike in our community. I think JCs was one of the first organizations to step up and offer assistance. So it's really just capitalizing on what's already there and improving. I think it's what the JCs does best.
Absolutely. Well, while we're on that, the funding that you receive from some of these events, what does it go to used for? A lot of these things you're talking about, tragedies happen, you assist, but where do you guys step in and provide some funding in areas?
One of our longest standing events and ways that we give back and help, which is driven primarily based on what we're able to raise during the Sweet Corn Festival, is our Clothes for Kids program. So we work closely with Ball Chatham School District and the counselors within the schools to identify grade school children that need some assistance on getting new pants, coats, winter clothes.
Sure.
We focus a lot on the winter based on when we do it, is to make sure that kids are coming in warm to school. That timing also allows parents for these children that what they might have been able to do during the Christmas season, they can do it on something that's fun rather than some of the practical
Right.
needs and necessities. So we'll end up taking 3 bus loads full of children, all paired with an adult, into Meijer shop, get them a grocery cart full of winter clothes and what they need to get
So
through
cool.
the winter. And that funding comes right out of the Sweet Corn Festival, not only for us, but for the Lutheran Church, who has been a partner on this for years with it. They're out there at the Sweet Corn Festival
Right.
with the Waltz Fries. So help them out too, because that's
Mhm.
where a lot of their funding that they raise ends up going right back into this. And that program started out as shoes. And as the JCs have grown, it's gone from shoes to shoes and coats to entire winter wardrobes. And that's a testament to how much the JCs continue to put into this effort, but also how much the community supports us in things like the Sweet Corn Festival
Right.
to be able to grow it and provide that much more.
It is really cool how Chatham seems especially good at this in terms of these wraparound services almost. So you got Titan Fuel that does the food for the kids. You guys are coming in on the other side for the clothing and help with that. It's really phenomenal to see communities come together like that and really provide those services for those kids.
Somewhere in there you have dominate, don't compete.
Uh-huh.
And that really kind of takes, there are a lot of groups that are in the village and that exist and provide those kind of services. And when the Jaycees, we hear it a lot because we're very active within that
Right.
club, but it's consistent through the other is how can we help? How can we help? So even though you may not be running the entire event, there's a lot of how can we help that's popping up in there. And Nick can kind of, there's a lot of that how can we help from outside groups on the Sweet Corn Festival
Sure.
too. And people coming in to help us pull this thing off.
Love it. Love it.
It's impressive. How what last year I don't know if I drew the short stick or what I was thinking, but I signed up to drive the because we have to mark out the whole parking area and driving stakes. And if you remember last summer, it was we didn't have rain for months, and so it was bone dry. And if you've ever pounded a post in there, it's not fun, and let alone when it's dry and 100 degrees. And I think the only thing that got me through that was knowing that every pole I'm pounding had a bigger cause. It wasn't for us to throw a party. It was to put shoes on a kid, to give him a winter coat. It's a great experience.
Love it. Well, let's get into some of the details of the event. So we're about a couple of weeks out now. So when is it?
Yep. Technically it starts July 16th. That's the 5 o'clock. We'll have our corn shucking. If you ever want to get back to your Midwest roots, I encourage you to come out. We'll be shucking about, I don't know how many thousands of ears of corn.
Usually about 10,000 ears of corn. And this is that great introduction for somebody that's never done it. And how do you start to practice? How can I help? Oh,
Yeah.
there's a lot of corn and a lot of shucks that have to come off of it.
Yep.
But people just show up because it's been ingrained, and you'll hear families that are out there, and there's 2 or 3, sometimes 4 generations of the same family is sitting there together around a picnic table. And this has just become part of their summer. It's like we all come back, people that are out of town, they'll come back this weekend. We'll come out and hang out at the park and help them shuck the corn, and then we come back and enjoy the festival. So
Yeah.
You have a preferred shucking technique?
I'm unstoppable.
You're unstoppable.
Dave's got a little special technique. We won't reveal any secrets.
Oh, okay. So he's
you've got to
When we get into the competitive stuff, I can't give away.
Yeah, you've got to come out to the shucking event to learn his technique. But yeah, that'll be Thursday at 5 out there at South Park. And
You do a competition for that? Most in 5 minutes or something?
well, yeah, I think like Dave was mentioning though, with the families, there's the Jaycees. There's several families that are like your multi-generational families that are involved, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's some competition between thinking about the Frankies and the Moores and the Sauciers. Those families in there. And I think one thing with the Jaycees too, not to derail this, to talk about the festival, but Jaycees, we make the work fun. Don't get me wrong. You'll sweat, you'll be tired, but there's times where I've left there and I should be just dead tired, and I leave and I don't even know. I just work because I just had fun with shooting the breeze, having fun, doing the work. It's good people. So that'll be Thursday night. Friday, 4 o'clock. We've got 4:30 is when we'll do the Chatham Chamber ribbon cutting for the Sweet Corn Festival. Usually get some different politicians, community leaders out there for that as well. Always a good time just to kick off the event. That's when we'll nominate or announce the Volunteer of the Year award. Always a pretty cool celebration. Shortly after that, we'll move into the Chatham Sweet Corn pageant, Little Miss Sweet Corn there. So that's always entertaining. And then from there, we'll move on. I think we've got, 4 or 5 different bands playing.
Five bands over the 2 weekend. Well, 6 because you
Yeah.
got to count Griffin because this young kid is incredible.
Yeah.
So Friday night there's 2 bands. It opens with Menace to Sobriety, and then Revel and Red. Both of those, it's going to be a fun year. Last year was our 50th anniversary of the Sweet Corn Festival. This is 51, so we're kind of looking, this is the start of the next 50.
Right.
So a lot of the music is based in that. It's that rock anthems, the things you would hear if you were out in a big open air concert, stuff you want to dance to, stuff that everybody knows and wants to sing along with. So a lot of that coming, and a lot of that definitely on Friday night with those 2 groups. They come out and they just have a good time. That's what we want people to do, is come out and have fun. with everything that we do. Between those sets, we have a young Chatham up and coming superstar, Griffin, this will mark his 3rd year. But I remember the first year that he did it, and he might have been all of like 4 feet tall, climbing up on a stool with his guitar, and then pop up there and just start playing and singing to these large crowds in between sets. So we get this young, I mean, he's a star. He really steals the show.
I think it kind of backfired, like having him in between sets, because normally between sets, people are leaving to go get drinks or whatever. And it's like, I don't want to miss it. Really, though, he gets up there and it's like, holy crap, here's this. I mean, how old is he now?
I've lost track. I think he's maybe 7th or 8th grade at this point.
So I mean, he's that young. Yeah. This isn't like a 20-year-old guy we're talking about. This is a kid.
Wow. Not like young to us, like we normally say.
Right.
Yeah. He's very, very good. So that's always a good addition, I think.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Saturday during the day, we start up early in the morning. We have a 5K, which the registration for that 5K is up now. Of course, you can get your T-shirts if you're registered early enough for those things. Finish your medals for all of those that are involved in it. But that gets us going, and I found the best way to make people want to eat and drink all day is to make sure they get a good workout.
Get a good workout first thing. That's a good idea. Yeah.
And then we get a lot of the community groups that are around Chatham. So displays by like Powerworks Fitness or the dance studio. They'll come out and they'll perform. You have a preview of some of the songs that you hear in Muni's Frozen. So those kids get a chance to get out on the stage and sing some of the stuff to a crowd rather than the empty arena first. So a little extra practice and a way to practice it different, but we all get a treat because we get a preview of what's going to be at the Muni show. And those kids are always fantastic with everything that they put up with.
Give me the lay of the land. What does it look like? Somebody walks up. What's the layout of everything?
Yes. You enter South Park or the community park. It's one way. It's normally, 2-way, but we change it to one way. We've got a whole unit of Jaycees that are coordinating the parking and everything. And then thanks to some help from Civil Air Patrol that come in and using walkie-talkies and really coordinate, get you all parked there on the hill in the grass, and then walk up, and then we've got the stage there. We've got a vendor village. We've got about, I think, over 100 different vendors that are going to be all there, all sorts of everything from, last year I was fascinated. There was a guy that was making some cutting out like steel into different designs, different artists. I know Crafted Stag was out there, various vendors out there. So that's always cool to check out. And then back to the left, we've got what we call our kid village, a bunch of bounce houses set up and gated off to make sure everything stays there. And then we call it our pirate bar. It's a mixed drink, usually rum or long drink.
World famous rum punch.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Vodka lemonade to die for.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing screams summer festival like spiked lemonade.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. And then we've got this year, kind of excited, got 2 beer vendors this year. So last year was only, we just had X amount. And I think it was the Anheuser fell out. This year we'll be able to have those. So that's, if you know Central Illinois, you know that Busch Light and Michelob and those go pretty quick at summer festivals. So excited to have that this year. And then back behind that is where we've got the food, kind of like a food hall, if you will, big tent. And that's where you can get, the Boy Scouts do a great job of helping get all the food out. But then the Jaycees, there's I don't know how many, probably a crew of, 15 guys, 10, 15 guys that have been, that have been doing, they're back there just sweat, at 120 degrees back there, and smile on their face, having fun, grilling out. And they've got all the different meats on the grill and the corn. There's a whole separate corn.
Burgers, dogs, ribeyes. We're talking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hamburgers, hot dogs, bratwurst, pork chops, barbecue, ribeyes, corn, boiled with our own special techniques that again, nobody can quite replicate. It's like grandma's chocolate chip cookies that it shouldn't be that hard, but for some reason it tastes different at grandma's house.
Yeah.
The sweet corn, the boiled sweet corn at the park by the Jaycees just tastes different than what you'll get at home.
You want to walk us through that technique real quick, Dave?
Well, it really starts with the fact that the corn that was shucked on Thursday was picked on Thursday.
Right. Super
so
fresh.
they pull it right out of the field, and it comes right from the field to the park. There's no stop in between. And we have it out and served within the next 24 to 48 hours, it is as fresh as it comes.
Right.
Some of it is like the love that your dad has in that cast iron skillet. It builds over time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So next to the main festival grounds, you've got the ancient athletics group. So they'll be doing everything from the kettle toss and the keg toss and the thing where they launch the big
big log thing.
Cavers,
30 or 40. Yeah. I mean, you're doing all the ancient stuff.
Is that I'm not familiar with them. Is that a group that's in Chatham or what is that?
So it's an actual competition.
Okay.
So the ancient athletics group that run it is kind of local for this competition.
Okay.
And a lot of
All
people compete nationally and go through and do these events and run through the whole Scottish Highland Games and do it. If you've never seen it, it is incredible to watch them when they got
in person. Is insane
to see it. And they're throwing these heavy weights. The distances are flipping the caber, which to everybody else looks like they're flipping a telephone pole. But don't tell them it's a telephone pole. It is
just about to say that, so I'll keep my mouth shut on that one.
It is a caber. And if you want the distinction, it's slightly tapered at the end. So
Okay.
I think last year there was somebody or two people might have set world records at that event, and last year was actually the
Women's Eastern U.S. Championship.
Eastern U.S. Championship. So it's very it's serious. And
So it's not just random Chatham guys going out there, random Chatham ladies going out there tossing.
No.
It's
No.
legit.
You'll see some local.
Right.
We have some local athletes who are impressive.
Sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
It's a true competition, not just a fun
is
fun thing to go try out.
These guys, they're serious about it, and it's and then we've also got a rugby demonstration this year as well. So they'll be out there doing a rugby scrimmage,
cornhole tournaments,
cornhole tournament, and then-
pickleball tournaments.
Yep, this year is the first year for the pickleball tournament. Now we're excited about that launch and excited to see where that goes.
Those courts are relatively
Oh yeah, brand
Yes.
new.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
yeah, very nice.
And now we have enough courts to house a tournament.
Yeah.
And that's something too that the Jaycees was involved with was getting and providing some of that. That was a lot of money that went into that, but the Jaycees helped provide some for that. And then I think Saturday, probably one of the most unique events and probably least talked about that should be talked about event in Central Illinois.
But yeah, we can talk about runs and pickleball and cornhole and the ancient athletics, but for true athletic prowess,
There's the cow chip throw.
there we go. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And the other day I was telling somebody about the cow chip throw, and they're like, what's a cow chip? And I was like, just think about it.
Think about it.
And about 20 seconds later, I could see the wheels were finally clicked, and they're like, oh, you guys do that? And I was like, well, actually, about 2 weeks ago, we had a whole probably 15, 20 JC members went out to Dickey Farms. A JC member went out to his farm and collected the cow chips. And thanks to another JC member, Dan Lund, he made a drying rack that's some wood with metal grates. And
I was going to ask the preparation process
Yeah.
for the chips.
so
it is very sophisticated.
yeah, way more sophisticated than one would like to admit.
You're not just
or-
going scooping one off the ground and let's just toss it.
Dry is very critical.
Yeah.
when you're going to undertake something like that. So obviously you'll be there to compete this year.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw one. Yeah, I'll
should.
throw one.
You should. We have plenty of hand sanitizer after, so it's not that bad. But yeah, there's different age divisions, boys, girls, and then the adults and the kids can do it also. It's always just kind of a fun little, name. And then what Dan Lund's got, what's his official title? That's kind of a scary question with him. But he's something with the cow chip though, isn't he? He's got some official state title or something that it's probably self-given. But
Right.
Yeah, official. I mean, we're the official Illinois State Championship cow chip throw.
yeah, that maybe that's what it
There it
was.
is.
Sometimes you just got to take it. If it's not, if it hasn't been claimed, you got to claim it yourself.
If you own it, and the fact that we've owned that title for this competition for decades now,
Come on.
the cow chip throw has actually been featured on Conan O'Brien's show.
Really?
The Chatham Jaycees
He flew it out there
flew a cow chip in a pizza box in
through TSA.
TSA didn't exist.
Yeah, that's pre.
If you watch the video and see the attire, you're like, oh, TSA definitely. If he was dressed like that, TSA was definitely not a thing.
Right.
But yeah, in an overhead storage in an airplane in a pizza box, all the way out to be on Conan's show. The clips are on YouTube. You can still find it if you search for Dave Shaw of the Chatham Jaycees on Conan O'Brien.
So he was the one. Okay, so Dave. All right, he's the one. who
He
went
was
out
the
there.
president at the
Okay.
time.
Yeah. And Conan threw it at a mascot of himself. Or no, I think Dave might have threw.
Yeah, they
Dave
threw
threw
it
it.
at his face.
At a mascot face of Conan. So
Wow. Do you guys have a personal best? Your distance?
I have topped triple digits, so I can get on the right day with the right dryness level of a chip. It's a lot of science. Uh, you have to know wind conditions, humidity, dew points all play into how you throw it. But I've hit 130 plus, which
Wow.
is hefty. I can't do it every year.
I'm gonna say that's a toss there.
he had rotator cuff surgery after that. But
I did. I've had Tommy John twice just to keep
How do you throw that thing? Do you throw it like a frisbee? Do you kind of just whip it? Yeah. What do you do?
So what I mean, we see all
I
types.
see it all.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's the psycho that goes for the baseball throw. There's the classic frisbee, the tomahawk.
I'm a kind of a 3/4 guy.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask. How'd you get your 130? Kind of a 3. All right.
Well, I studied. We talked about it before. I learned how to fly, studied aerodynamics, put it into play.
Come on. Did you ever think it would come into play with throwing cow crap?
Of all the things that I've done with a pilot's license, that's probably the most important thing that I've ever applied those techniques to cow chip throw.
Love it. Love it. If people want to sign up for that, what do they do?
Show up. So
Yeah.
we start that at 2:00 on Saturday afternoon. Be there at 2:00. You'll see where the cow chip throwing arena is established over there to the kind of the south side of the bike path. Walk right over there, trailer full of ammunition, and pick your favorites and
Right.
get signed up and jump in the competition. So
I got to know, does everybody get the same size chip? Are they standardized chips?
look,
It's Mother Nature. I mean, there's
Didn't know if you cut them down or something.
no. And some people will get. I mean, there's people that get out there and they'll pick them up, move them around, see how much they weigh, and feel them. And that's not a good one. This one will crumble too easily.
and you can't take just any. I mean, you can't whittle them down too far. There are obviously something this critical. There are rules. So if your cow chip will not sit on a toilet seat without falling through, it's too small.
It's that big.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
they're pretty big.
Okay.
So it's got, and of course we have officially sanctioned measuring devices to make sure that your chip is big enough to qualify.
I wouldn't have thought it was that big.
You can't have any shenanigans with something this serious.
Yeah, it's coming straight from our village president.
Right.
So.
Love it. Love it.
Yep. So yeah, that's Saturday. That's always a fun. I always encourage people if you're going to come out to the Sweet Corn, come out, get a bite to eat, get a drink, come watch the cow chip throw. It's a trip and a half just to watch.
I mean, that's even more impressive that you went 130 on that big of a. I mean, I'm thinking something that you could almost just 8-10 inches maybe like that, and you're flinging, but that's a big old disc there.
Pretty good. Sometimes you'll throw it and it'll as soon as it leaves your hand, it just all falls apart. But yeah, it's a good fun Central Illinois. I wouldn't tell anybody else I throw cow chips outside of the Sweet Corn Festival, but
Well,
You don't practice moving it, going up to it or anything?
yeah.
I tell everybody everywhere. What are you guys doing?
That's
home?
my elevator speech. I add that into my 30-seconder that I give everybody.
Yeah.
Right as soon as they grab my hand. Have I told you about the cow chip?
That's right.
That's how he won the election. Yeah. That's what he ran on. His platform was over 130 feet cow chip toss, and that's how you win votes in Chatham.
There you go.
So that kind of we kind of fill the afternoon up with community demonstrations. Obviously, the food and the drink is out and available the whole time. As the evening starts to wear on, we bring the musical acts back out. So this year we'll start the first main stage performance starts at 2. So while you're throwing cow chips, you listen to Silas Tockery.
Oh, yeah.
So solo act, kind of
Mhm.
that neat stuff. I love a guy that can sit and build an entire song in front of you. So Silas does some of that with
Oh, he's good. Yeah.
looping his own
Yeah.
music back in. He's followed up with Soul Experience. So Saturday we ease you and move all the way through it. So we go from the Americana kind of folk acoustic guitar into some soul music, some rhythm and blues, a little bit of jazz touch into everything that Soul Experience does. Wildly talented group of musicians. It's great background music to sit and have, your first drink of the evening, have dinner out there. It's just a great, like you feel good listening to that kind of music. And then we'll close out and really let it loose with the Brandy Kristen band into the evening and up until the point where we close up. So again, back into that kind of party, sing, dance, get into it, and enjoy being with everybody out in the community.
Right.
And,
Yeah,
and,
it's gonna
and
be a great
really
weekend.
throughout that whole time is food, drink, you name it. I mean, it's all going. We also have non-alcoholic drinks as well.
Sure.
We do have a Pepsi tent, so there's soda and water and Gatorade and all that out there. And then we've got a couple. He's mentioned the Lutheran Church does the fries and stuff like that. So a lot of different options out there for anybody, really.
There you go. You mentioned the 5K earlier. What's the deadline for the registration for that if they want the T-shirt and all the stuff?
It's like
Now,
today,
right?
As soon as possible. I believe I saw something about July 6th, maybe
All
next
right,
Monday.
So coming up
but-
real quick. Yeah.
pushing it always. I mean, if you want the T-shirt, but you always got to have the swag. Sooner the better. Always guarantees it. Always make sure you get your size.
The medal's cool as well. It looks got a big ear of corn on it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
And this is a young event, and somebody in there. It was a newer Jaycees, saw the festival, and like we see in so many things, it's like, oh, I have an idea. How can I help? I think this will help. I want to bring this event and add it onto the Sweet Corn Festival and do something new. And off we went. And you experiment and you learn. And Cheryl makes this thing bigger and better every single year.
Mhm.
And I can't run. I have to save all of my energy for the cow chip throw that afternoon. But it's a good warm up for us because we'll man an intersection and arms up to stop cars. It's
Right.
a good way to stretch.
I like that. I like that. So outside of the cow chip competition, which is obviously you guys' favorite, but what's your favorite thing about the event in general?
I'll give you the cliche answer. And my favorite thing about it all is just the money that we raise and what it goes to. But about the event, my favorite part, I guess kind of two answers. As now that growing up and going to the Jaycees, like I always enjoyed the food and the music was always fun when I was my younger. But now that I am a JC and volunteering and I'm going to spend 48 hours. That's literally, I mean, I think I'll leave, probably end up, by the time we get done on that Friday night, I'll be out there by 1 o'clock and I'll be back for the 5K at 7 a.m. So spent a lot of time out there, but I think it's the camaraderie of that. Yes, you're working, but you see so many people, whether you're volunteering with them or in the community that are out at the event. But I think most importantly is what we do with the money that is what's so impactful. And it's much more than just a party. You know, I know we've mentioned all these bands and the activities we have. That's all great and it's all for the community. But when you come out, just please know that your money is going to a good cause. It's not going to just a party, if you will. We are, like Dave mentioned, we're the Clothes for Kids. We gave 3 or 4 scholarships, 4 or 5 scholarships
to high school students every year.
Every year we've got different youth groups, youth organizations come and, hey, I'm trying to do this project, whether it's an Eagle Scout, Girl Scout, speech team, you know, anything like that. We're more than happy to help. And I think what's cool too is that, yes, the JCs are a big part of who's running the Sweet Corn, but we also call on the Civil Air Patrol, and there's some youth baseball and softball and soccer teams that come out and help man shifts. The Boy Scouts are picking up trash, and it's really, like he talked about, it's dominate, not compete.
Yeah.
It's really
You talk about that wraparound and where it comes from in Chatham. So many of the groups that come and help us pull off the Sweet Corn Festival every year are groups that we've helped support during the year. And that's where it builds. So a lot of these are youth-based organizations, whether it's a sports team or whether it's the athletic boosters or the scouting groups, or the Civil Air Patrol. These are a lot of youth-based organizations. So when Nick talks about growing up with the Sweet Corn Festival, we're growing people up with the Sweet Corn Festival and finding ways to get them involved as soon as we can and show them that the more you support your community, the more your community supports you as well,
Right.
too. Favorite kind of stuff about this festival for me, and I guess I finally got like a better way to describe it because everybody can relate to it now. So we have the World Cup going on in the U.S. right now. And what's been most fascinating and I think heartwarming about the World Cup stuff, aside from I'm a huge soccer fan and I love the games, but watching the other countries come in and all of their fans and the tourism that's coming around with it and seeing them experience the United States and realize we're not what's on the news.
Right.
The people here are not the national politics. They're not the state level they're none of that. We're real people. We have great stories and we're a lot of fun to be around. The Sweet Corn Festival is that on a smaller scale, is it's that opportunity, and it becomes that spot. And the reason people come back to see their families that weekend is that's the spot where I get together with my whole town. And I remember why the people here are so great to live near and why I enjoy them. And I get to see all of them and be surrounded and just have a good time with everybody. And that reminder that we're not the noise that fills our ears and eyes constantly. We're real people and we're a lot of fun to be around.
Come on. Looking forward to it.
So I'm going to ask you a question off the cuff here, Dave. Why should
I thought this was his interview.
This is my podcast now. Yeah, Robert, thanks for coming. But no, Dave, why would you recommend that somebody join the Chatham Jaycees?
So I am, and I tried to do this math earlier today in case this question came up. I am 17 or 18 years into being part of the Jaycees and being involved in it. And that's the biggest thing that I take out of it is I've always lived my life is find an opportunity to give something back, make your community, make those around you, have it one step, and I call it plus one of where I grew up. I was afforded a lot of things in my childhood, and that helped me get to where I am. So when you build a community and when you build friendships and relationships with people, how do you offer one more thing to it? And in so many ways and in so many different spots, the Jaycees offer that for people. So whatever your interest is and where you like to give or participate in an event, odds are in Chatham, the Jaycees are involved in it. If you like sports, the Jaycees are involved in every Friday Night Lights for the gun. We're there. We're contributing to make that event successful.
Cook for Special Olympics.
Yeah. If your passion is in giving to children with disabilities and providing more opportunities, we cook for the Special Olympics and we get involved in that. If you're the type that likes to get involved with trying to provide basic necessities for people, we do that. We're out with the Clothes for Kids. We're involved with that.
Thanksgiving stuff. Yeah.
Put a meal on somebody's table. You mentioned Titan Fuel. Or guess what? The Jaycees are involved in that, and they get out there and we pack bags and help Titan Fuel do that. So all of those things pop up. If you like to have a good time, we're really good at having a good time. And even some of that stuff that we talked about early with what a Jaycees club traditionally is building leadership skills and stuff. These events are organized and ran by Jaycees, and there is a chair or two or three, depending on the size of the event, for everything that we do. So you get even those opportunities to say, I've got an idea for a community event. I started trivia nights and I've been stuck doing them for 15 years. But that was not an event that the Jaycees had. And they said, hey, here's an opportunity. People like to do this. They enjoy coming out and do it. We can do this. So now the Jaycees have a trivia night every single year. And those come out. And that's, we have a euchre tournament that is slowly getting bigger and bigger every year because somebody said, my interest is, I really love this game and I want to share it with people. And I think there's enough out there that we can start to have a night where this is what we do. And we invite people in to meet us, be part of what we're doing, get a little taste of the Jaycees, pull member here and then. And somebody clicks on and says, these other people I want to be with. So that's what I take out of it.
There you go. And
in a small, succinct summary.
There you go. How does somebody join? Is there a cost? What does it look like if somebody wants to be a part of the Jaycees?
Dirt cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, we're at $40 a year.
$40 a year.
Oh, okay.
Your first year,
$40 a year.
First year is free.
Well, I'm trying real hard to teach you this. It's $40 a year, but if you join now, I'll cover your first year.
That's the way. Yeah.
I thought Dave was being a real nice guy when he covered my first year, and about 15 other people he's covered now too. And joining the Jaycees, like Dave was mentioning, is you can be. There's no commitment, if you will. You know, I mean, obviously, if you're going to say you're going to do something, do it. But
we do want you to help with the Sweet Corn Festival.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
The Sweet Corn is
huge.
Sweet Corn is all hands on deck. I mean, my wife already knows that, and that's our anniversary weekend. And she knows that that's not going to see a whole lot of me. So I got to make sure we do stuff the weekend before. But there's no commitment. So we want you to be out at the Sweet Corn, but let's say if that's what you're passionate about and that's all you do, that's fine. If all you want to do is work Oktoberfest, if that's your passion, that's fine. Like, go on, do it, and that's one thing I think that the Jaycees, it's been, I think is so cool is if you have a passion, just put it out there to the group. And if it's obviously within reason, people will support you and promote it and get the word out. And it's a cool way. Like you mentioned Cheryl doing the 5K. I mean, she's absolutely killing it doing that. And you don't want any of us doing that, organizing the amount of work that goes into all that is impressive. So it's like,
until she said it, we had a bunch of people in the club. It's like, if it's 5K, I'm driving.
Right.
You know?
yeah, right. Yeah. Welcome to Central Illinois.
Yeah, it's too far to.
Right. Well, let's give everybody the details again: dates, times, all the stuff for here in a couple weeks.
Yep. So July 16th, Thursday, July 16th is when we'll have the corn shucking. That's at 5 p.m. Come on out, bring your family, friends. It's a good time. And then Friday, July 17th is when we'll have 4:30 is when we'll do the ribbon cutting. And really shortly after that's when the ball gets rolling. So go home, grab the kids, get changed after work, come on out to South Park on Friday right after work, and then plan on being there all weekend because we we really do have stuff. 7:30 Saturday morning, we're starting with the 5K, and we'll go till 11:30 at night when the Brandy Christian Band wraps up, and that's when the real fun starts. Is the cleanup. We all focus on the setup, and we'll be out there all week before setting up and getting the tents and the beer trailers and everything. But the teardown is where the real work after the two long days of it. But luckily, we've got again back to the community. We've got a football team, different sports teams, different groups come out, and we'll throw in, hey, here's 20, 25 young football players. Okay, here's heavy stuff that needs carried.
There's nothing better to see on a Sunday morning than the offensive line show up and say, what do you need us to push?
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
getting all the picnic tables back and everything like that. We start preparing for the event, I don't know, mid-May in terms of actually really getting hard work, getting prepared. But I mean, it's a year-round thing more or less. By the time you're talking about organizing the tent rentals and bands and the vendors, and Sherry with doing the vendors, she's done an incredible job with managing all those.
By the time it opens, you have no clue how much she's done and how much everybody in the club has done to put this together, and you walk out to just have a great weekend with people.
Yeah, and that's what I think what's cool is that nobody that I've seen has ever been trying to take credit for any of that. There's nobody that's coming in all high and mighty.
Right. I did this. I did that. Yeah.
Exactly. It is everybody is just all hands on deck. It doesn't matter if you've been a JC for a day or 15 years. How can I help? Here I am.
So find one of us. We'll all have shirts on, usually bright yellow or navy blue. And they either say event staff or cake security. So we're kind of easy to spot a JC while you're out at the festival. Find one of us, ask us how to get involved. We'll show you. We'll let you know when our meetings are, how to get involved with the club, put you in contact with our membership coordinator, and jot some information down for you and get you in our loop. We love having all the people there. The more people we have, the more events and other groups we're able to support. And it's not always funding that people need. Sometimes they just need manpower.
Of course.
We have groups that reach out all the time for, hey, we need 5 8-foot tables, or we need some crock pots, or whatever it may be. I mean, we're the JCs is it's incredible the power that we really have.
Right.
We just had a golf tournament in Springfield last week, and shockingly, the JCs were involved.
You guys were there too.
They reached out to us. This is the 11th year that I've done it, and the JCs have been involved in it. But Kate reached out after the first year that they played in here and said, we need some help and some manpower and somebody that's organized and reliable that can help us get rid of the garbage bags and keep the place clean. And JC said, yeah, we've got that. So 11 years later, and we staff that thing from the time it opens, the first players arrive on Monday, all the way through the time the last fans have left on Sunday. And we're out there. And that's just manpower and reliability.
Yeah. You guys are everywhere.
That's JC's. We show up. I think
Is that your new tagline? JC's, we show up. I like that.
Well, Dave did have a good one the other day with the sweet corn. Here's to the next.
Yeah, this is here's to the next 50. This is how we start. We had a big year last year. We got to a milestone, and and we're not going to linger on that.
That's right.
We're off onto the next 50. Let's go.
Here's to another 50. Yep. So is the schedule posted somewhere? Facebook, website, or something like that?
Yeah, Chatham Jaycees Facebook. It's going to be the best place to find any of that information. We're active on there, promoting the schedule, the events, the bands, all that'll be on there, socials. And then outside of the sweet corn, just follow the Facebook page of Chatham Jaycees.
You'll be entertained all year long, but you'll certainly know what's going on this weekend.
Right. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, this is a busy week for these next couple weeks are a busy, long, fun, and rewarding couple weeks. So
Looking forward to it. Appreciate you coming in and telling us all about it.
absolutely. Thanks for having us.
For all y'all out there, make sure if you go, look for Nick and Dave. Have them help you pick out your cow disc or your cow chip. Cow chip.
Yep.
They're the experts, know what they're doing. I know I'm going to find them and say, hey, which one should I use here? I don't want one falling apart in my hand or anything. So.
Yeah.
But until then, we're going to let them get back to elevating Springfield. But for the rest of y'all, we'll be right back. Hey, Springfield, when it comes to reliable, high-quality roofing, you don't want to leave things to chance. That's why you should reach out to Acosta Angeli Roofing, your local roofing expert, serving Springfield and surrounding communities. From quick, dependable repairs to full replacement, from residential to commercial, they are your trusted pros. Call them today at 217-993-2748 or visit their website to book your free quote and inspection. Don't wait. A little leak now could lead to major damage later. Trust the local experts, protect your home, and get peace of mind with Acosta Angeli Roofing. Well, thank you for joining us today, everybody, on another segment of Communities Grow Together on the Elevate Springfield podcast. Thank you again to David Hilst, American Family Insurance Agency, for partnering with us on this segment. Hey, take what you learned today. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together, that's right, y'all, we're going to elevate Springfield. Be great. Looking for expert tree care with hometown integrity? Look no further than Sangamon Tree Service. They're your trusted local pros, delivering quality workmanship, exceptional customer service, and fair, honest pricing every time. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, their team brings professionalism and care to every job, big or small. Call the name your neighbors trust, Sangamon Tree Service, or visit them today at SangamonTreeService.com. Sangamon Tree Service, rooted in quality, built on trust.